Jai Hind and welcome to today's lecture. The topic that we are going to be discussing is very relevant to our day-to-day lives. It's about the various conflicts that arise, how do we solve those, and the language for managing difficult conversations. So conflict resolution and the language for managing difficult conversations. So the class overview we'll have. My agenda for today's class is to equip you all that by the end of the session as advanced learners, you have hold of effective language and strategies which will help you handle various challenging conversations with complete confidence and professionalism. So, first and foremost, why resolving a conflict matters. So, in real life situations, in real world situations, whether you are working in an office or you're studying at a college, or within your family as well, there are a lot of relationships you have to deal with. And every relationship has its own ups, highs and lows, ups and downs. Things don't remain the same forever between two individuals. So many times, due to a lot of interactions, a few misunderstandings can crop up. So these, if misunderstandings are not handled well, they can come up as big conflicts which can lead to lot of stress, misunderstanding, and even spoil the relationships which you have cultivated with a lot of love and care or with a lot of effort. So therefore, it is always a better idea to take the challenges head on and find out a way to manage the situation between you and the other person you are in conflict with in a professional manner so that it is resolved in the best possible way out. So the key communication principles or the pillars for a conflict resolution are empathy, which is understanding the viewpoint or the perspective and the emotions of the other party. Second is active listening, very important aspect. You need to have your entire attention when the other person is trying to have a conversation with you or trying to tell you exactly if what issue he is facing. So be an active listener. So make the other person feel heard, okay, and not hurt. Next, assertiveness, expressing your thoughts in a very respectful manner. It is good to be direct, it is good to speak your thoughts out, but you have to do it in a respectful way and also ensure at the same time that your thoughts are put across to the other person with complete clarity. So the vocabulary and phrases for various conflict resolution situations are, first and foremost, when you have to acknowledge an issue, then what type of phrases should you use to show that you understand that there is a problem, and how do you validate you agree to the feeling of the other person without trying to put a blame on one another. So the examples are right in front of us. I see how this situation could be upsetting to you. This is how you acknowledge that yes, there is a problem and it must be making you feel very terrible from inside. So acknowledging the feelings, there are some examples for the phrases now we'll take up. So if you have to just say to the other person that you understand what he or she is going through, you can simply say, I can see why you are feeling emotion. You can just put the emotion here. Why are you feeling low? Why are you feeling upset? Why are you feeling frustrated? So like this, you can just show that you understand that why a person is feeling like that. You are validating that they are just not imagining things. There is a problem to address. Thank you for sharing how you feel. I appreciate your honesty. Next, I get the sense that this has been weighing you down. This has been bothering you. So to show apathy, very important, you have to make a phrase come to the rescue by saying, it sounds like this has been a tough experience for you. Yes, so you are empathizing with the other person. Then you can even say it in the same manner, I am here to listen and understand your viewpoint or your perspective. Then when you have to validate what their feeling is correct or their viewpoint is correct, when you have to validate that, you can simply say, your feelings are completely valid. Then you can even say, that makes a lot of sense when you explain it in that way to me. I now understand why you are saying this. right? Another beautiful way of saying the same is, it's clear that this matters a lot to you. I do understand what you are going through. So now when you have a common or a shared goal, you and the other person the goal is to resolve the conflict, right? So now how do you acknowledge that shared goal? This is how you frame it. We both want to find a resolution that works for everyone. You also want to resolve the situation, and so do I. So let's find a common ground, right? Then you can even say, I hear what you are saying, and I think we can find a way forward. Right? So this shows that yes, we both can work it out and resolve the conflict. Now, clarifying the misunderstandings, very important. If they are not done in time, they can tarnish your relationships and image as well. So demonstrate the use of collaborative problem solving language and ask questions to gather more details. Okay? So the examples are, can you walk with me? Can you walk me through what happened from your perspective? What it simply means is, can you really tell me what you feel about the whole thing, how it happened, the entire sequence of the things? So that's how, can you walk me through what happened from your perspective? What you feel, you thought actually happened, let me know. Can you help me understand your viewpoint or perspective? It seems like there was a miscommunication here. So you're just, trying to just tell them that, oh, there's a misunderstanding here. Let's try and clarify that. I do understand there's a miscommunication, a misunderstanding here. So key tips for delivery, how to clarify the misunderstandings. Number one, your tone. Don't go edgy, don't go harsh. Maintain a calm tone, a neutral tone, and avoid being defensive. Don't get into the fight mode. No, stay calm. Okay, and also your pace. So pause after each question. Why? To give the person time to think and respond. You are wanting to resolve a conflict, diffuse a situation. So that cannot be happening when you are edgy or you are making the other person, sit on a hot chair. It cannot happen. So give other person a time and you also go calm. Okay. Now the non-verbal cues, again, they are very, very important, very significant. Maintain open body language, not like this. This shows that you are not open to anything what the other person is saying. So maintain open body language, attentive eye contact to signal that you are genuinely interested in what the other person is trying to tell you about the whole situation he is feeling or you both are in. So the key vocabulary and phrases are proposing for a solution if you have to. So proposing solutions in a collaborative manner involves framing your ideas as suggestions. You can only put across the idea. So it should be agreeable to the other party also. Okay, so you should make a suggestion rather than giving directives. This has to be done, that has to be done. No, you're trying to diffuse a situation. So you can just put forward a suggestion, encouraging the other person to contribute their input to the idea which you have just shown. Demonstrate collaborative problem solving language. Show that you are keen to solve the issue together. Use phrases like, what if we tried this approach? So this is showing you are suggesting an idea and you're asking the other person to contribute more to it. Do you agree to this or you don't agree? Or you can even say, how does this option sound to you? How does this option sound to you? Invite a shared effort to resolve the issue, ensuring both the parties feel valued and they invest their time in bringing out a suitable outcome. If one person is feeling unheard, he'll not even want to continue to diffuse the situation with you because he'll feel that it's no point. So, or you can even say, let's explore options that work for both of us. It's a common goal, right? So, whenever you're trying to diffuse any situation, any conflict like that, you must maintain professionalism. Okay, keep emotions aside. look at it from the prism of professionalism. Maintain professionalism in difficult conversation. It involves what all? Using neutral and polite expressions to keep the discussions constructive and to prevent any further escalations, any further deepening of misunderstanding. Avoid language that assigns blame or expresses frustration. This can make the other person feel very edgy and he'll just put on his guards and the entire effort would bring down to a big zero. Next example of this maintaining professionalism can be, I value our relationship and I want us to find a way forward and I want you to help me resolve this together. So, focus on calm and fact-based statements and emphasize on collaboration. Very important. So, instead of just saying you're wrong about this and putting a blame on others, you should try to say, I see it differently. So, you agree that you are not on the same page with the person, but see how you are framing it well. So, I see it differently. Let's go over the details together once again to get more clarity. Yes? So, maintain a respectful tone and refrain from interrupting. Also, when the other person is talking, maintain a respectful tone. Give the other person time to speak. Do not barge in unnecessarily. Okay? So, don't interrupt. Demonstrate professionalism, fostering positive environment for resolution. So, what are the techniques for difficult conversations? What are the tips we need to have with us to handle, manage our emotions and have a good constructive dialogue with the other person? Active listening, repeat and rephrase to confirm the level of understanding. Okay, so there shouldn't be any more misunderstandings. If you are unsure of what you're hearing, reconfirm. Okay, stay calm, always use neutral tone and pleasant body language. Empathizing, we started with this. Empathize, acknowledge the feelings of the other person. Be assertive, use I in the statements to put forward your point. De-escalation techniques now. If a person is putting you in a situation like this, take time before you respond. Just don't take out your guns and start firing. No. Take your time. Hold on your horses. Redirect the focus. Instead of just focusing on the problem, now start to focus on the solutions. Active listening techniques. Now we are going to be taking these. It involves giving your full attention to the speaker and demonstrating that you understand what they are trying to tell you. You understand their viewpoint or perspective. This can be done how? How do we do it? By paraphrasing or repeating the statements which the speaker is making. What I am hearing is that you feel frustrated about the deadline. This is what I am gauging out of the entire conversation. Is that correct? So now you are trying to reconfirm. So you are restating what the speaker just said and you're wanting to reconfirm because with your active listening by your side, you want to make sure that you understand the point correctly. Okay? So this will show what? That you are wanting clarity and this will show that the concern matters. Their concern is of some importance to you. Then staying calm, maintain neutral tone, relax body language too. And relax doesn't mean, you just laid back. No, relax means maintain proper professional neutral body language, open arm postures. Okay, it is essential to prevent the conversation from becoming or going down either to the rock bottom, even to further escalate. Even if the other person becomes emotional many times, people can't hold on to their emotions, they break down. Speaking in an even tone and avoiding being aggressive, with your gestures, with your tone, like pointing or crossing your arms or just banging on the table. Maintain a calm and a compressed atmosphere, composed atmosphere. So now we move on to empathizing. Empathizing means simply validate the emotion of the other person, making them feel that what they're feeling is just not an imagination, it's a true feeling and you understand and you validate what they are going through. So, okay, so you can simply say that I can see why this situation would be so upsetting for you. Even a small usage of this kind of a phrase would help them feel heard, and they will feel that their concerns do matter to you. Okay, so they'll be more open to having a dialogue with you, therefore. So, being assertive is also very important. Using I, when you are using I in a situation like this helps you or allows you to express your needs, because it's just not the need of the other person. Your need also is important because two of you involved in the problem or in the conflict. So this allows you to express your needs and concerns also with clarity, without you sounding, in authority, or, a person who is trying to dictate the terms. So you can see, I feel concerned about the delays because they affect our project timeline. That's why I'm worried. All right. You can even, this will communicate that what is your viewpoint about the entire situation without allowing a situation where blame game sets in. So de-escalation techniques: pausing before responding, take time. Take time. Good things take time. So you also take time before you quickly jump the gun and you start responding. No. Take time, process what is the problem, what exactly the other person is narrating to you, understand that, formulate a thoughtful answer. Just don't start off the conversation. Think what you want to say, which will help resolve the feeling, what the other person or the conflict or the misunderstanding. Okay, this will help you avoiding reacting impulsively, especially if the emotions are running very high, which generally tend to happen in a conflict situation. Redirecting focus to the situation instead of only focusing on the problem, that, oh, this is the issue. Isn't it better that we put our time and energy and thought process into solving it, right? So it's important to focus, shift the entire focus, redirect the attention to finding a solution rather than dwelling over the problem. So because this will shift the dynamics of the entire conversation completely. So it can be, let's focus on what we can do to move forward. This will help both the parties find a way out together in a collaborative manner to diffuse the situation or the conflict. So the wrap up and the takeaways, the summary of the key points, what we have covered today in the presentation. Use empathetic language whenever you're trying to resolve a conflict. Then, importance of staying solution oriented and professional is very important. Remember, conflict resolution is a skill. The more you practice it, the more you improve. So it improves with constant practice. That doesn't mean you start creating misunderstandings, but whenever they arise, never shy away from handling them in a practical and in a professional manner. So the vocabulary was conciliatory, instead of intended to placate or pacify, aiming to reduce hostility and foster goodwill. So his conciliatory approach helped ease tensions and paved the way for a productive conversation. So when we were small, we would get conciliatory awards and a consolation. So conciliatory comes from that only. Next is equitable, fair and impartial, ensuring that all parties feel their needs are considered. So we need to find an equitable solution that benefits both teams without favoring one over the other. Dissent. Disagreement or differing on various opinions, especially when they are expressed openly in an open forum, when someone shows that they don't agree, disagreement. Encouraging respectful dissent during discussions can lead to more creative, well-rounded solutions. So with this, we come to the wrap-up of today's presentation. Please stay focused, don't shy away from addressing real-life situations, and keep your vocabulary always being filled up with new words. Use those in your regular conversations. Until we meet the next time, thank you and Jai Hind.